I've heard that has completely blown my mind away is your story, Daniel. Starting, your family story. Your dad, Comrade Moses Effiong, was sentenced to life in prison. And yes, that's
Hey,
him.
Daddy.
Tell us about this story, and please tell us how you're able to still maintain the Daniel sweet boy that we know and still be a creative, giving your best to
Yeah.
your project every single day.
So I was born into a military family, and we lived in Kaduna, in Jaji. And there was a coup to try to overthrow the then government of Ibrahim Babangida. And for some reason, we had a neighbor who was really close to us, and he was one of the masterminds of the coup. And so he was hell bent on making sure my dad went down with him. And a few minutes before they were all shot and killed, an officer walked up to them and called out the names of 3 officers to be set apart. My father was one of the officers they called to the side. Now, these 3 officers who were called out were then commuted to life imprisonment. Now, my father was in prison for a long, long time, and then IBB, one of the things he did was to pardon my father just before he left, but he didn't make it official. So although my father was released in 1993, he lived like a pariah. No one wanted to touch him, no one was sure about him until 2020, when the government of, Muhammadu Buhari pardoned him officially, and his rank and entitlements were restored, and all that backlog of payments of salary and pensions and everything was now paid to him. I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Important part of the story. So after 3 years of being in prison, my mom was traveling from Benin on her way to visit my dad from Benin to Kano Central Prison. She had an accident and she died. And of course, that broke my father's heart. And I lived through all of that. And you're right, the bitterness could have entered me and I could have grown up a terrible person. But I think I had great family support. The network of my family members came around us. Aunties, uncles, cousins, came together and raised us. I was practically raised by my grandparents and my uncles and aunties. That's why I am the way I am today.
There's also another thing that goes around being Nollywood